Hello. We're here. We're doing it. Hi, Willow, Mac, Dupu. Um, we're working on Tutorial Zone with plenty of PIB to go around. So this area is the first area. This is before you have a partner, but I have a partner right now. So the idea is you're going to wake up in this area after being up in the city the first time, after falling down a big pit. This is where you're going to wind up, and you're going to be in this position because there's a trigger in this area that sets you to this position, and then you pop up, and then you gain control. So this is where you're actually going to start, is like right here. I may need to do something better going on here. It's fine for now. And then you got this little vista over here that I posted to the Discord because I thought it looked really cool. Really cool. Doesn't do anything. Sounds good, Willow. This whole area doesn't really do anything except just lead into an area that I don't think it'll even work if I go here. It'll try to work. Anyway, so this is going to be Tutorial Zone 2. Tutorial Zone 1 is just a little spot to be like, okay, game starting. Just get some ambience in. Get some ambience in. And then you get into this room where you're going to see Cat, and she's going to be perched up with the rats kind of waiting for her to come down because they're trying to pick a fight and steal her stuff. And so we're going to make like a small... The idea is you're going to enter the room, maybe you walk a little bit, and then you see that like the camera is going to pan over to Cat like yelling for help. And then the two rats just kind of having a little conversation amongst themselves. It'll be a little bit of comedy. And then you're going to be free to walk over and try to save her. You will not be able to leave the room without saving her because you're not going to have access to your gear ability yet. And she will be needed to, like, I don't know, repair you a little bit. That's going to be the idea. So let's see. So you're going to walk in here. We have camera. We do have camera bounds. Let's fix those. Okay, I think that worked. Max will probably need to be a little bit higher. Okay, that looks good. So how far can you see effectively in this area? Like, maybe like a little area here with like a little, maybe not even a fence. Like not even these pipes here. Just it's up. So we'll have like a solid area here that kind of blocks visibility somewhat. And then, oh, you see her, and so you have to, she's gonna be like up on something. So you have to come back and then like, I don't know, do a little platforming. Do a little hop up here, hop up there, cross a bridge, cross another bridge. A bridge made of pipes. There we go. Bridge made of pipes. Perfect. Yeah. So let's copy this. Something like that. Left floor. And there will be trim, you better believe it. Trim looks fun. I think it's good. That's a little something. A little something. That looks great. All right, cool. We'll do that. Then maybe we can have, let's make sure that's the right height. High enough that you cannot just jump to it. Yeah. Looks good, looks good. I'm not sure if we want upper trim or not. I may even want alternate material on this. Do we want this material here? What is the material here? This one right here. Copy. Oh, I was able to fix that pixely issue with the CSG textures that I was using. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. Collision is on. Collision is on. Okay, so then we would want to duplicate this for right floor, but rotate 90 degrees. That's pretty good, that's pretty good. How are we gonna go through this? 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe 1 is good enough. So there'll be something you can jump on. Oh, there'll be. Most of what I'm going to do is these little cubes embedded in the ground to be just like little bits of rock debris. I found that like scattering these around adds a lot. I've got a lot of them that are kind of hidden here that you can't quite see. But yeah, we're gonna have lots of that. Yeah, we'll probably add some decals for graffiti. Six. And 3. There we go. Alright, so we got the trim. So maybe you go back here towards the back wall. Yeah, let's clean this. Let's get this area a lot smaller, definitely. Don't want these areas to be too deep. Hey, Jump. Welcome in. Yeah, that looks good. I think that's... So, something to jump on here in the back. I don't want to just rely on these just... Oh, it's just more boxes, more boxes, more boxes. But I could imagine possibility of... let's see here. Of some solid decor here. Electric box. This is going to be a CSG box. Over here. Oil drums at some point. I like that we've got those at the start of Chapter 1, kind of on the exterior. I don't want to dip into those too soon. Look at that. Look at that default cube there. That is great. Let's see what we got for our corrugated metal texture. Would that be pretty good? What other metal textures do we have? Have I made many metal textures? I mean, a few. That's not very metallic. That almost could be. I think I'm looking for something a little bit more... maybe even... I mean, that's definitely something, but it's the wrong thing. Let's see here. Let's just look at other textures here. Like that honestly looks a little bit nicer and smoother. It's got a little bit of a shine to it that you won't even be able to see. We could do that and then duplicate one that is like this, but one without collision, just to give it a little bit of a... I'm digging just adding boxes underneath other boxes. No, we don't want the trim on that. That looks better on that. Well, no, it's not supposed to be like a like that kind of box. It's meant to be more like one of those big electric boxes you'd see outside of a building. It's like with a picture of an angry lightning bolt on it. What's the height look like on that jump? Like, I'll put some pipes coming out of it and stuff. Okay, so that's about as high as we can go on that. So there's your first jump of the game that actually requires any skill at all. Those are almost identical. That's crazy. Okay, so then we'll add... Okay, that one uses collision. This one does not. So duplicate that. Is that what those are? Then yeah, that. I don't like that a lot, but let's just do a new material and clear out this. That actually looks pretty good. Let's put some... How about a rust overlay on that? Let me see how that would look, because I've got a rust overlay texture that I set up. It doesn't play well with the UV on this very well. It's like it's almost pretty good, except for this top here. I mean, I could fairly easily duplicate. This is not how you should do this, but... Oh yeah, it's kind of going down, right? Except on the sides, which you can barely even see. Maybe the rust is a little too much. I don't know. This is fine. This, yeah, probably a little much. Unless, what about this metal gate that I've got? Well, it just looks like a stove. Never mind. Never mind on that one. Okay, maybe a little bit of what looks like electric wires coming out. Let's use the not the good quarter pipe. Let's use the the crappy one. Yeah. Sorry, what is this doing in that? We need to put that in the electric box in here. There we go. But solidity. That metal grate. Boom. And give that solidity. And make sure it extends below the surface a little bit. There we go. How's that look? Yeah, there we go. And then you'll cross a little bit of pipes across here. And it's close enough that your camera will not clip. Oh, but here it will. Oh, that's actually quite fixable. Scoot this whole thing back one clip. There we go. Perfect. So that's kind of the limit on distance there. How many blocks is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6.5 is our depth limit before we have to deal with clipping issues. Is this too much room here? Probably. Let's scoot this whole shebang. Right floor, left floor, and the electric box. Like that. But then you get here. I do want there to be a little bit of a walk up. Is that enough? I want you to have to walk a little bit into the room before you get... Wrong button. Walk a little bit into the room before you get hit with the cinematic. So you'll kind of come out, then you're... And then the camera will pan up here to where they are. So yeah, let's bring it over to almost exactly where it was initially. Great, cool. No, that's fine right there, I think. Okay. So let's grab one of these pipe sets here and throw that into solid decor. The play is that she is not trapped due to the environment, but more just scared of the rats. That looks pretty good. So she doesn't have to have like a reason to be like in mortal peril or anything like that. Add a CSG box, my favorite. How do you hide the inspector when testing the scene? Oh, wait. I think I know what you're asking. Hang on. Let me test it, and then we'll see if it is in fact the thing I think you're asking. There we go. Pretty good. And we'll actually just hide this. Okay, so like right here. Like how I've got it running now. Oh, there's an issue. You can't see. You can't see the platform when you're here. That's not gonna fly. Not in my book. It's just a separate window. In Godot, the bar on the top of the window with interact, 2D, 3D, screen size. 2D, 3D, screen size, etc. I don't know if this answers your question, but I am on an older version of Godot. This is 4.3. I know in 4.4, they started embedding the player in the editor, though I think you can still pop it out somehow. I don't actually know how. Yeah. In 4.4, they embed it, and I haven't upgraded because, weirdly, I don't know why, but it breaks a lot of the collision randomly, which really has me worried. I'm thinking it's just an issue with the imports. Like with the GLBs are just importing differently in 4.4 or something. Also, super dumb, if I, in GitHub, I'll commit all my code, and then I'll upgrade to 4.4, and I'll load it up, and then I'll inevitably run into an issue, and I'll be like, okay, add that to the list of things to check for when we're updating to 4.4. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to roll back the changes. So I roll back the changes. The code, the 4.4 is completely gone. Everything should be rolled back to exactly how it was. And I open it back up in 4.3. And every scene is in wireframe mode. Of all the weird things to go wonky, to borrow a phrase from Willow, everything switches to wireframe mode, and that's not the default behavior. Wireframe is not the default view for 3D scenes, so I don't know where it's getting the idea to switch to wireframe mode. It's so weird. Okay. See, I thought this would be really cool and fun. And it still can be if we Posey. Be nosy about. Posey. Like, maybe if this was higher up, I think we'd be okay. Would we be okay if this was higher up? How could it be higher up than that? We can have some pipes going along the wall here. Like diagonally here. Like you have to go even farther up and then roll around. I mean, we've got plenty of Posey nicknames already. Right now, she's Cozy Posey. Yeah, I think what we'll do... Wait. What? Yeah, this. Let's take this. Just have this for reference. And then, like, do this with it? Does this work? See, I like the idea of kind of like twisting around it, kind of spiral staircase, but in a pinch, yeah, this will work. And then we kind of like do a little hop up to get on top of something, I don't know, here, and then walk across. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? You see that? What is that? Why does that happen? You might wonder. I might wonder that too. Why? It's a cylinder. It's a flat out mesh instance cylinder. It should have no special handling going on. Okay, this could be... What is it? What is it? Extra coal margin. Which I think I'm already setting that. Extra coal underscore margin. Yeah, I know. I've checked the notes for upgrading, and it's super weird. I have no idea. Okay, so look at this. On room load, which I think, let's confirm. Test. This is getting called, right? Yes, okay. So on room load, look in all objects. Ultimately, it came down to there was some really nice stuff in 4.4 that I was like, could it be done? Could it be done? We're still, let's be real. Let's be real. We're still early in the project. We're 1 year in. So we're setting extra coal margin. So I thought that would do it. All right, so let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we have the issue. Remote. Pipe set 3. Mesh instances. Which mesh instance is the one that is hopping? No. Maybe? Oh, that's weird. It's only for one of the light sources. I have 2 light sources in this game. Aren't the shadows changing on all of them? Apparently not. Apparently only one of them, and one of them's not even getting cast by the main shadow. I've got a blurry shadow coming in from one side, and a more crisp shadow coming. Get out of here, Windows Update. And a crisp shadow coming in from another side. And I can see, what renderer am I on? What renderer does this use? That's a question. What does this use? Rendering. Is it even gonna Vulkan? It's Vulkan. I could switch to D3, D12. They can have Windows 10 when they pry it from my cold dead, wishing it were still Windows 7 body. That's weird. That is weird. Like, let me hide one of the lights. Environment, light. There's still something goofy there happening with all the lights. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, no, see? Okay, we still get the pop. We still get the pop on this. Nope. 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 This one? No, it's just this. It's changing somehow. Yeah, forward plus. Various renderers use different functionality. Create a box to cast shadows instead. Maybe? Maybe? Does it even need shadows? See, I was under the impression that cull margin, the extra cull margin, would allow me to basically say, no, don't cull this. And yet, here it's still getting cold. Wonky shadow, wonky shadow. Okay, so we could very easily just say, hey, you guys do not get to cast a shadow. I don't think it's the material, is it? Isn't it? The geometry? There we go. I can turn shadow off on these guys. I think. And then for this guy, I can say only cast a shadow and otherwise be invisible. Didn't I just tell you to stop casting a shadow? Hang on. Didn't I just now, tell you cast shadow off? Cast shadow off. Cast shadow off, yep. And you? Cast shadow, yeah, off. Okay, so all 4 of you pipes are set to not cast shadows. Oh. It's not the pipes. Now it's the cube. The cube? The cube is doing that? Oh, wait a second. This has to be some kind of Flip Faces? Flip Faces is doing that. Let's mess with the level of detail bias. Let's actually reload after messing with level of detail bias. That's a great point. Right now it's being super difficult. No, okay. So that's with a minimum. Like, I think this is like one specific face of this mesh for some reason. It's weird. Okay, let's bring it way up high this time and see if that does anything. Nope. Okay. Confirmed, that changes nothing. But it's noteworthy that it seems to be just like the top face. Let me just go back to XP, but add like snapping. I'm trying to think if there's like a feature in these newer versions of Windows that I'm like, oh yes, that's very important to me. Because it's not. It's almost everything I do on the computer is just in the browser. Unless you count Godot. It's like the little tiny things, I want to snap to Windows. And yeah, snipping tool. Oh wait, they don't call it that anymore. They don't call it that. Now it's snip and sketch or something. I don't love the start menu search in anything past 7. Oh, well, I do still have the snipping tool, but it was all. You need the snipping tool is gonna. You gotta upgrade. Yeah, I turned a lot of things off on the start menu, even on 10. I've got like very few programs that I ever need. Why is this the way that it is? Come out this way. Okay. Scoot in. Okay, do we get any pop? Oh, there's a little bit of pop. There's a little bit of pop. You see that? That's so weird. It's just that it's not noticeable there, but here it makes a big deal. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's almost like it's changing what depth the shadow appears at. Shadow bias. There's something to that. Hang on, let's check the environment that I've got. So is it... Yeah, okay. So it is directional light. It's directional light 1 that is to blame. We'll leave 2 on. 1 is our blurry one. If I turn the blur all the way down... Okay, I get the feeling... Oh yeah, look, I can see a little bit of pop. A feeling it's something to do with this blur. Yeah, look at that. The blur is where it's most notable. If I just take the blur off, well, then I get 2 shadows, which isn't great. Unless I disable shadows completely with that one. Which I guess is fine. Yes, I'm still listening. I'm still listening. Okay, we're good. Like, it's not my favorite solution, but it does work now. But it gets darker. It gets darker. That was the whole point of enabling shadows. I guess this will work. Let's change the amount of light we're getting from these. This is all right. Yeah, I guess we can live with this. I don't know if it's just the nature of how I use computers, but even as far back as when I was on, what was I on, Debian? my first exposure to multiple desktops was some flavor of Linux. No, it was Ubuntu. It had to have been Ubuntu. I never felt like I got anything out of multiple desktops. I am very single-minded. It's like I'll have some music on in the background, minimize, never have to look at it, and then just my work, whatever I'm working on. I can't context switch fast enough to make multiple desktops good for me. See, now if I had 12 physical monitors, you better believe I'd be finding something to do with them. But right now it is, at least for streaming, it is Game or Godot on left monitor, and chat, and a tiny little OBS behind it that I can quickly access for other monitor. That's it. That's all I need. All right, so now that we've solved this, I used to do 3 monitors, and it was pretty nice. I've downgraded to 2, just because desk space, and I don't really have the available infrastructure for monitor mounting or floating monitors or anything like that. I think I've got one. Did we buy that? I think I've got one monitor that was a Christmas present from years ago. Every other monitor in our house is hand-me-down, and I have a closet full of monitors as backups. Like, probably a good 8, maybe 6 or more monitors are in the closet. I don't use them because they're a bit older and they don't support HDMI. And that's because I used to work at a computer repair shop, and every once in a while I'd get to just take home a monitor. Just be like, hey, I don't want to deal with this. Do you want to just take it home? Like, yes, thank you, boss. Yes, I will take that. Laptop. I can't do laptop because PC gaming is a big thing that I do, and it's, unless you're going with a lot more old school games, it's inconvenient to try and work with to try and do games on a laptop. This part of Rainbow Road makes me want to jump up. Superstar. Okay, so the really cool thing about this that I've set up, hopefully, oh no, I need to have the same material here. Go nice and even. So if I grab the material here, so this is a shader material that I've got that is specifically set up to have a different texture based on the normal. So left and right facing is one material, top facing is another, and bottom facing is another. And that lets me build out these nice little blocks that you can't normally do with CSG shapes. You can't usually do more interesting textures with CSG shapes. And I think that's just terrible. So I want to ensure that this is not clipping over. That looks fine. That's probably, well, okay, so we can go down a bit. Something like that. That looks fine. Yes. Yes. But Godot doesn't have any... You can't do UV mapping in Godot alone. Like, if you have a box, you can make a 3D mesh instance of a box, and you don't get to pick how it does the UV mapping. It's not up to you. Triplanar doesn't need a UV map. So it has Triplanar, and my understanding of how it works, and this may be, admittedly, this may be completely wrong. It doesn't let you actually specify different textures. It reads from the source texture 3 times and blends, but it's only one source texture. You don't get to you get the ability to apply a different texture to the top versus the sides versus the front. At least for how they've got it set up. There's a node for that in the I'm not doing node-based shaders if I can help it. Okay, yes, okay. Validation. It is not something that's ready out of the box. You do have to do a little bit of work. I did it with shader code, heavily borrowing from some existing shader code, mind you. How do we keep them from getting behind here? Do we need to keep them from getting behind there? Okay, got it. The problem is, Lag, that you know so much that I assume every time you're saying something, you're giving me the answer that would have saved me like 3 hours of work. That's our problem here. Get this out of here, because that's actually going to be solid, isn't it? Technically, because it is part of this collision-based solid object. If we could just duplicate this large pipe. Tell them large pipe sent you. That's not super awkward there. Okay, so then we can go up here. Oh! Hoisted by my own petard. Yeah, we're not making you do this kind of jump. What was I thinking? Okay, so we want the pipes to continue across. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, 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 bop. Duplicate that. Okay, and now let's be silly. Good enough. Probably, right? Yeah, that's a weld. A Y-mapped triplanar. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's totally what I meant to do. So yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. I totally meant to do that. Don't like that it kind of is gooping into this. No Z fighting. There's no Z fighting. Absolutely none. It's a beautiful mesh. It's a beautiful mesh with beautiful topology. Look at that try. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, everyone loves that. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Let's see how that looks. We'll double check it in motion, like when we're moving around down here, but it seems like it's gonna be okay. All right, this maybe is a little silly over here. Maybe this is a little silly. Ah, this is the part that makes me want to jump. Bah, 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 bah. Seems good. And then you get up here and you have a fight. Is this worth? Is it? Ugh, that feels awkward. Don't love it. I don't love it. Ah! Oh, ho, ho. Yeah, it's good. Maybe, like, visually, does it do anything for me at all for this to be here? Not just visually, like, why did I want this? Why did I want these big pipes here? Okay, just get rid of them. Was it to hide the seam between these two? Because that's not necessary at all. I could see having one in the back just as flavor. I could totally have just one back here. They're calling. See, this doesn't read great right here, and it makes me feel like I need a little something. Like a little bit of a trim along the tops of these. We're becoming more and more just straight up Thousand Year Door ripoff every time I do something like that. I guess I'm okay with it. It would look a lot nicer. Have a little trim or something. Decal some tape. How about some yellow paint? Everyone loves yellow paint, right? Oh, actually, hang on. Here's a thought. No, it's not. It's a bad thought. Scratch that thought. Get rid of it. Throw it out the window. Classic yellow paint. So let's try this. But one thing is this, let's call this top step and this middle step. One thing is this could just have a different texture entirely. Because this is the only one that's awkward, really. Boxes. I think we need boxes. I think we need boxes here. Get the crates. But smaller. The crates are too big. Perfect. L-shaped pipe would also be appropriate. I don't want to go all in on pipes since you're going across pipes right here. I want some variety. We'll tipped over forklift. I'm uncertain on the forklift. They're robots. A dead body. Now we're talking. Oh, actually, let's get some debris up here. Some of this discount debris. Chain link. We may have some chain link fencing in some places here. I want to put a hole in the wall here. Let's jump back over to tutorial zone 1 because I've got this right here, back wall. Wait, no, it was like node 3D extra wall thickness. Okay, and then it's just a copy of the wall without the trim or the extra node. Transform, no. And then it's just like dipped a little bit back. Oop. 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 Okay. Copy that material. Paste it on this one. And now, let's drill a hole. Let's drill a little hole. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're using CSGs. I can't get enough of them. We're going to go CSG crazy in here. All right. Back wall. CSG polygon. Okay. All right. Let's let the rhythm flow. This is way too blobby. No. Do it again. More crunchy. More crunchy. Remember, think GameCube. Think late N64. Okay. Call that hole 1. Love it. There's hole 2. Height map. Oh gosh. And I'd have to rewrite the shader. To fit. Boom. Hole through both textures. Great. Now I have to actually get rid of this extra thickness. I didn't think about that. 1. Okay, I mean, it's not that much extra. Okay, that one's good. The problem with CSGs is that when you shift... So I really love the handles on CSGs. Great stuff. Great stuff. Wish I could edit meshes that way. but because it moves the center of the mesh, it moves the location of anything within the mesh. Now, there is a way around that. There's a way around that. You can move the items out of the mesh, then edit the CSG, and then put those things back in. But that's a lot of extra step. Virtual Art 3D program that focuses on handles. I would not be surprised. Handles are great. But that's one of the really nice things about the CSG shapes is the ease of the handles, because that's kind of the idea. It's all about that ease of use. Handle and I love extrusion. Looks good. Yeah, I like it. That looks cool. That looks pretty cool. Yeah. With the parallax, with the gears back there. Okay, and then right here is where we're going to have the main focus of this room, the battle tutorial. You're working your way towards the fight. Cat is in danger. So these, at least for now, let's just kind of scoot those away. We'll find a good spot for them later. Okay, so the idea is Cat is up on top of something. Blockbench. I've heard of Blockbench. That's not Godot specific, is it? That's... What have I heard of Blockbench in the... I think I've heard of Blockbench in the context of making custom models for Minecraft mods. Yeah, if you search Blockbench, the first sub-item under their website is Minecraft Style Guide. There you go. That would do it. Oh, I saw that we're getting shelves in Minecraft. So that's good. Now, there's a problem with... Hello? Yeah, I can do you a favor. What favor? Yes, I can refill your water. Yes, I can put you your orange. Remind me to talk about something Minecraft. What was I about to say? Oh, no. Remind me to talk about CSG polygons. I have things to say. Not good things. Okay. All right. Mean things about CSG polygons. They're glitchy. Not in like the actual gameplay, but in the editor. Notice the handles are still here, even though I'm no longer editing the CSG polygon, and they're in the wrong spot for the polygon I was working on. And if I go away and then come back, it's okay. But don't love that. Don't love that. Anyway, it's fine. Minecraft shelves look pretty cool. A new item for like every wood type, which those are always nice to have, like something that meshes with the different wood types. So for every wood type, you've got log, stripped log, planks, stairs, slabs, which are just the plank texture, so doors and trapdoors, which are always unique. Boat, I guess, which is just different planks. Why do we need... It's fine. Signs and hanging signs, which are just recolors. Doors and trapdoors are the nice ones because they're like a little bit different. And then now shelves, like wall shelves. It really does. Every time I try to make a massive, oversized base that can store every type of item, and then I have to do like 16 times as much once I get to the wood products. It is nice to have more things in the palette. They added copper golems, which is gonna be weird. Everything else good for... Oh, and saplings. You gotta have a different sapling for every one. And I guess leaves are different for every one. But then bamboo comes along, and it has to be different. Because bamboos don't really... You don't get the same... It's weird. Bamboo is slightly different, but it still has wood variant stuff. Yeah. Copper golems. That's gonna change sorting systems quite a bit. Like, the default sorting system requires a ton of iron, so much so that it necessitates having an iron farm, and a ton of redstone. So much so that it usually necessitates me having a villager farm to buy more redstone. True. I usually don't do mods on their own unless I'm doing like a mod pack. And I've only got like a handful of mod packs that I really enjoy in Minecraft, and they're always some kind of technical automation stuff. If you can believe it. It just comes down to I just want to keep playing Factorio, even when I'm playing Minecraft. And Create was inspired by Factorio, so it works pretty well. So, oh gosh, they always have to have a new... It's because each of the mods has to have a wrench, and then the mod pack has to have them all, and it doesn't do a good job of curating that. It's like, no, maybe disable this item because it's not necessary. That's the whole point of a mod pack, is that you're bringing these together and making them work together seamlessly, and it just doesn't do it. And automate everything. The factory must grow. Yeah, that's the fun thing. Is that Factorio came from Tekkit. Gosh, Tekkit was good. Now, I think the one I played ages ago, like upwards of 10 years ago, was... I don't know if it was... I think it was Technic Pack. And this will date me on the Minecraft front. I learned about it from watching the Yogscast channel when they did a lot of Minecraft stuff. No, actual wrenches. Every technical pack. Okay, gotcha. every technical pack always has to add a wrench item to the game as like the pickaxe equivalent, but for editing machine stuff, like a tool for like rotate machine or access the panel or whatever. And so every mod adds their own different wrench that they made for their mod. And then when you try to combine those mods together, now you have to have a different wrench for every type of building from different mod types. But it was a Skyblock survival. Ex Nihilo from nothing. Ex Nihilo was the mod pack, I think, and it was based on maybe some Tekkit stuff. The idea was that you had nothing, not even water. You had a tree. You had a tree on a few blocks of dirt, and that was it. And from that, you had to be able to make every item. Normally in Skyblock, you at least start with water. And you didn't get this in Ex Nihilo. Instead, you had to keep breaking the leaves on the tree until you got a random drop of silkworm, which you could use to infest the leaves to get string. And then with that, you could, let's see, you could make a sieve. Never understood how to pronounce that word. And you could build a hammer to crush stone into gravel and gravel into sand and sand into dust. I don't remember the full process. You build barrels to collect rainwater. It was a whole thing. Anyway, create mod was amazing. Is the point? That's the final point. We did create Skyblock as a kind of a custom create. It was, let's go build a crappy biplane. Da, da, da. Oh man, Photon would love that. Right, we're making a game. Keep moving while we talk. It was a few years ago. Me and some of the people from this community got together and streamed it for a few weeks. We did create in Skyblock. I added a few custom recipes for the items that we would need a lot of, but would be physically impossible to get in Skyblock. Specifically redstone, I think, and quartz, maybe a handful, maybe spider eye? No, not spider eyes. You can get spider eyes. Spider eyes was an ingredient in one of them because it was like obnoxious to get in bulk. See, I really like that game loop of go to a place, adventure there a bit, Minecraft style, do some Minecrafting, grab some, build a temporary shelter, grab some resources, and then hit the road again. That was one of my favorite ways to explore a new world with my Minecraft crew before I started streaming. What we would do is we would all pack up our stuff, and we would travel about 1,000 blocks during the day, and then when night came, one person would be in charge of building a small fort up top and farming some food, while everyone else would dig down and collect as many resources as we could during the night. And then the sun would come up, and we'd do it. Oh, and we'd leave little signposts at each base describing what we found to build a little lore into the world. And then we'd pack up again and head to the next place. And then by the time we were done, we'd have this huge ring of safe outposts throughout the wilderness. But from that, I wanted to build a mod, and I never really got very far in learning Minecraft modding. I made a few mods, but they were really small things. Small little bucket plugins. What I wanted to do was have something like you have a ship, like a airship or spaceship or something that you can build within, and then at certain predetermined times it would it would teleport to some very distant place, and you would settle there for a bit, grab a bunch of resources, have to find some key item, and then bring it back to your ship, and you'd return to your main area. The idea behind it was this would let people have that sense of exploring a new area, but not making everyone zip off in a million different directions and causing me to have 30 gigs of Minecraft world to deal with. And then occasionally you would return to some of the places you've already explored, so there would be some reason to actually build a decent base at each of these places. Anyway, that was the idea. Big pipe. We want a big pipe. Not like this. Is it one of... That's just a donut there. Yes, I'm still listening. No, don't do just the sections. Do the full songs. We'll take it. Giant working library. I worked with a guy who spent a lot of time on a big library back in the alpha days, I think. Maybe beta. And it was huge. And he never really got that far. He had the outer structure, and it was a big rectangle, but still, it was big. Is this what we're gonna do? Something like this for her to be on? It seems small-ish. Is she? Oh yeah, she is up. Okay. I'll be right back. Be right back. He's a holographic circle bird. There he is. You see here it says he can tickle and lifage. Oh, that's fancy.
It's a tickling circle bird.
It's French.
He must be a French bird.
French.
I see it now. I see it. Little Sparky. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's a really good section. Nice. That was good. Oh, that ending is fantastic. Oh, man. Okay. This time, oh boy. Alright, I am so back. Hey, Popples. Pops, what have you been up to? What is she gonna be standing on? Keep doing that. Ah. What is that typo? That perch. Ooh, Ocarina of Time first playthrough. Ocarina of Time is pretty good. She's either on crates or on like some pipes up here. Like, Ocarina of Time is... It is a product of its time, which is to say, boy, 3D was hard to figure out back then. Two to 3 hours of playtime, yeah. She wasn't breaking into a crate when the rats came up on her. So how high is too high? Let's get up here and find out. That's reasonable. Yeah, that'll work. Red slippers. I do kind of like the idea of like a splintered or a bunch of little splintered crate stuff. Is that too big? Yeah, it is too big. Okay, and that just barely touches into the ground, so that's good. Nice. So overall, enjoyed Ocarina of Time? It really is amazing how, I guess, influential it was. Like, even with a few warts, it really set a lot of things in motion. Honestly, it was interesting that they were just trying so many things to get 3D to work. We've really kind of zeroed in on this is probably the way that everybody should play 3D. Skyward Sword, I liked the environments. I thought they were fun. I really liked the characters. Groose is top three Zelda characters of all time. Absolutely, no question in my mind. I did not like that there felt like there was no interconnectivity between areas. They were all very isolated, and so you didn't get that normal Zelda feel of like, this is one cohesive world. It felt like, here's the forest level, here's the desert level, here's the volcano level. Everything was kind of cordoned off, and the connecting spot was just the sky that felt very empty. Like they tried to add some things to it, but I guess they were kind of going off of Wind Waker's heels a bit, with how Wind Waker had just a big ocean, and they just sprinkled some little things to keep you busy while you were traveling. But even that didn't work right. In my opinion, the sailing was... Although initially it's like, wow, I'm out on the seas. It gets old fast. And I felt the same way about flying in Skyloft. The Dark Souls 3 specifically. Also, I did not appreciate how much they make you basically retrudge through the same. They were really recycling areas a lot. Here you go, Mac. But yeah, that's my take. Honestly, there's a lot of things I like and a lot of things I didn't care for. The combat was very interesting in Skyward Sword, the way that you have to do the directional stuff, and it didn't work well for me. Even with the Motion Plus, it wasn't there. I love the idea, and when it works well. The problem is it just didn't work a lot. Gotcha. You may have red slices. Gotcha. That was on the Switch with the Switch Joy-Cons. Like this. Yeah. And also we're gonna kind of rotate some of these a little bit just so that they're not exactly identical. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, well then you can have all the red you want, I assume. Let's add some solidity. Haha, we're doing it with a CSG box. You thought you were safe. Skyward Sword is the first Zelda. It's good. It's good. So Ocarina of Time feels a lot like snappier as far as you're doing this. Now you're doing this. Now you're doing this. Now you're doing this. Skyward Sword kind of hems and haws a lot more than Ocarina of Time. Skyward Sword feels like it has a lot more fat, but Ocarina of Time is all meat. Like, there's nothing that feels like filler in Ocarina of Time. Everything you are doing is specifically furthering the plot. And I really like that. And I'm going to try to make everything very plot in this game as well. But we'll see what happens. There we go. Okay, cat can be up there. Hey, Mega Cheese Power, welcome in. Loki, it was. It really was. I liked it. I had fun. I did not like fighting the same boss 3 times. Oh my god. They were really proud of the imprisoned fight. They were really proud of it. But it wasn't, let's do the same fight 3 times good. It was getting silly, honestly. It was like, you beat the boss, you're like, wow, that was a really interesting fight. I liked that. Little Shadow of the Colossus-y there. That was cool. And then later on, it's like, oh, a rematch fight? Okay. Don't do those a lot in Zelda, but all right. Oh, and then they mixed it up a little bit. Okay, fine. And then it's like, oh no. It's coming back again. Link, you're gonna have to fight him again, Link. I can't believe you're having to fight him again. Oh man, this is really gonna extend the playtime by like 20 minutes here, Link. We gotta do something. Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, it was overt how much it was. We need to stretch the playtime on this a little bit. Ocarina of Time, even on a first playthrough, you can beat it, I feel like, fairly quickly, right? But it feels like they were really trying, like, we have to have a minimum average playtime here, guys. If we're not hitting 40 hours, we're not getting our bonuses. Yeah. I think in the timeline, Skyward Sword is first. And explains kind of the origin of Hyrule, in a sense, of people coming from the sky. I have not played, but I don't even have Switch 2 yet. I cannot in good conscience get a Switch 2 when I have a whole freaking video game I'm supposed to be making. We need Cat. We need Cat. She's got to be part of the cinematic. Pure Cinema. I've heard good things. I'm not getting my hopes up too much. I don't want to like make it out to be, oh, this is the most amazing game I've ever played. Because I think ultimately it's going to be a game I'm going to play through. I'm going to enjoy it. And I'll probably play it through. I'm going to get 100%. Because that's just what I do on those kind of games. And then I'll probably play it again like a few months later because they're going to add some stuff to it. And my kid's going to want to watch me play through it too. And I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And then I'm going to be done with it. And that's fine. Honestly, that's fine. With some dips. Oh, no. You can't do that, Randy. You can't do that. Oh, Randy, what are you doing? That's too far. Oh, that's fine. I've never played a Borderland. I've never played one Borderlands game. See, this is fun, just a little romp, and then boom. Like, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to end up getting a Switch 2 this year or not. Because right now there's only 2 games I want to play on the Switch 2. But I'm like 85% sure we're gonna see a Mario Maker 3. Right? Right? And I'm obviously I'm gonna have to get Mario Maker 3. That's my jam. That's my jam. That's a lot of the reason I can't justify it right now, Cheese, is like, I'm looking at it like, I'm gonna get 2 games and a console. It's gonna cost me $600. I mean, I'm not gonna get $600 of joy out of it. I'm not gonna get $600 worth of joy. We need a third. This is a good height. I was extremely hyped when they announced Mario Maker 2 because it was like, I'm finally gonna get to play Mario Maker because I still do not have a Wii U. I can run Switch emulation. I mean, $600 realistically could buy me a nice video card for a new computer. Okay. So let's move this whole thing over just a little bit more. Also, I feel like this should be thinned up pretty significantly. New to you. Video cards, I don't remember. How much was my video card? What video card do I have? Oh wait, I know where to find out what video card I have. It's on my About Me section. I'm gonna go look at my About Me section now. Let's see here. Specs. Zotac GeForce. Okay. Uh-huh. How much was this video card? That was expensive. Current card was a little over 300. Hey, Imp! My video card. There it is. Okay, it actually wasn't that bad. GeForce RTX 2070, 8 gig. I got that for $500. That was before. No, wait. That was January 2020. Yeah. Well, it's gone up a bit, but also that was fortuitous timing, considering I ended up using my computer a lot in the months following January 2020. All right. Running Fallout 4 on max settings. I ever played Fallout? I've never played Fallout. I got a free copy of Fallout 1 and 2, and I'm not sure if I would like them because I've played a very similar game. That in there. Keep our nodes clean here. Not a single Fallout game. Unless you count that dumb little crappy mobile style game that was free on the Switch for a bit, and I was like, oh, a free game, sure. Oh, this is bad, never mind. Well, okay, so the only one of that subgenre I played was Arcanum. I don't know if Arcanum was a widely known game at the time. It was a steampunk theme, like very, very technology versus science, not really working in tandem. It was very explicit in the setting that magic didn't work well around all of this, all the gear work stuff, and vice versa. Okay, it is well known. A friend of mine lent it to me, and I played a little bit through it. But I had difficulty with it. I think in some ways maybe it felt too open. Maybe I just need more guidance from video games. Yeah, I could tell it was like a well put together game. It just didn't feel like it was the right game for me. I don't know what it was. I'm sure if it was one of those games that I had when I was a kid and I had to play it because I didn't have other games, then it would be one of my beloved games. What games would I play on the Switch 2? A little bit of Mario Kart World. Honestly, probably not a lot. And Bonanza. As far as I'm concerned, those are the only games on Switch 2 right now. Here's a world, good luck. Yeah. Battle tutorial. Okay, great. We're gonna get our NPCs out here. Rat 1, Rat 2, and then Cat. She might need to have her own little special like a little special animation for this. Well, there you go. Clear winner. Here we go. Pat, look, it's you. I'm seeing double. All right, so they're going to bob there, and then when you get to about here, it's going to trigger the cinematic, which is going to shift the camera angle. They're going to have a conversation that I've already written out most of. And then I guess... I guess do we go from that conversation straight into the battle, like just lead up, or do you have to actually go up closer to them? What game would I want on Switch 2? Dwarf Fortress. Man, Dwarf Fortress is one that I should like. I think if I get more understanding of the systems, I'd be all in on it. But as it stands, do I want to like it? Do I want to have yet another game that would take ages? That's a good point. No one should like Dwarf Fortress. I mean, a new 3D Mario would be great. I know that Bonanza is allegedly the new 3D Mario. Paper Robot HD on Switch 2. If this picks up a lot of steam, like a lot of people are interested in it, I would totally consider getting dev kit and porting it to console. That would be like a huge dream come true, to have like an actual game on a physical video game console that people can play. That would be amazing. That dream is somewhat sullied by the types of things I have seen on Nintendo's eShop. I remember GQ's playthrough of Skunk Bundle Volume 1, that was awful and had Green Day music play that I don't think they had the license for. With a physical video game cartridge, yes. Let me check the, what's the script look like on this? The boss, yeah, maybe we'll have him roll up from off screen. Like, you'll get right here. That'll trigger. We'll move them further over to the right so that when we focus the camera over here, Dabble is off screen. They'll have their conversation, and then when it gets to a bit of a lull in the conversation, Dabble will automatically come in from off screen. And they will address him, and then kind of, oh, you want to fight? And then the fight starts. Yeah, because you've got a lot of games that are like a labor of love. I'm thinking about Tadpole Treble, where it's like someone put a lot of heart into this, of drawing every bit of this game and writing a lot of music and recording a lot of music. Man, that guy's talented. But then you also have the asset flips like Skunk Bundle. And it's, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, how's this looking? Wait, I should just move the whole room. Obviously. That'll make this easier. Oh, but that does mess with this. Okay, so then cinematic here. And then camera over here, Dabble is out of sight. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we'll need one cinematic trigger. Oh, wait, but we're gonna wrap that in a wait for state, which is an amazing object I built. Let's see here. Tutorial 1 intro. Tutorial 2 intro. So we're going to wait for that state to be in 0, which is to say the initial state. And if it is there, then the cinematic trigger will exist. Make sure that we can't miss it, but also that we can't trigger it and then fall or something. How do we make sure you can't? Like, I want to make sure you can't do something silly like sidestep it and like jump around to hit it from the side, and then that causes you to fall down here, and then that breaks the cinematic because I tell the player to start walking that way, and problems. So with it being that close to the edge, I don't think you could have that problem. Maybe we'll just do an off-screen teleport before we pull Dabble on screen to handle that potential case. Also, man, it looks like there's just so much room now, and I don't like it. I think there's too much room here. I want to move a lot of things. Two dots. Let's say 2 dots. Okay, so then this, I want to move all these. 1, 2. Wait, no, hang on. Move this. 1, 2. That'll work. This. 1, 2. Floor. 1, 2. 2. The rubble. Rubble. And do we have an invisible wall here? Oh, yes, we do. 1, 2. Okay, that's, I think, better overall. This door will probably move up here, maybe? And then throw a gear, like a gear-based lock on it or something. Okay, so what happens with this cinematic? We need the actual cinematic object, the cinematic manager. Cinematic pre-battle, or let's just say battle. The things that happens What does happen here? Do we start with... Start with the talking. We're gonna start with a help. Nope. Start with help. Yay! Gamey on, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What are you working on? Did you do the thing? We're trying to build out a cinematic now. Let's just get a temporary player instead of doing the automatic load, because that works. I do have that system working. Boom. So now I'll load there. Show off a bunch, extract a bunch of new bugs to fix. That's the best part. How much of this conversation is going to happen before... Cut here. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Numbering here. Okay, so we'll have two conversations that happen. One when you first enter the room, and that will bring the camera up here so that you see, like, oh, this is what's going on. So we're going to have a second state. We're going to have two states for this thing. So 0 is initial. After 1, initial, about to get intro dialogue. Intro dialogue done. Wait for player to cross bridge. And then 2 is whatever else. Okay, so we're gonna change these cinematic triggers a bit. So this one up here is actually only available at range 1. When the state is 1, but we're gonna have wait for state 0 as well with a cinematic trigger down here. When you first enter the room, no getting around it. Once you enter the room, we're gonna make sure that you know what is up. So 2 different cinematics then. The cinematic system I've built out is okay. It's not the best code I've ever written, but it is functional, and it's not the worst to get cinematics running. Let's see here. Camera target. Gonna be up here. Somewhere around right there-ish. Looks good. Yeah, love it. All right. We'll have cinematic 1 and cinematic 2 after bridge. And 1 for when you first kind of enter the room, you're going to get 1 cinematic. So the enter the room cinematic is going to do the following things. We're going to move the camera to the camera target. It's going to take 2 seconds to do. We are not going to wait for it to complete. We're going to start the next step right away. Then we're going to have a conversation. Cat is going to be our... Well, yeah. Well, This is tricky. Actor code is partner. How does it work? I guess she can be the main actor. And then the conversation code is going to be... pre-fight 1. But this alone is not what we need because we need this block here. Cat says a thing, and a bunch of things are said. I think we had 6 things for them to say. And occasionally they're going to flip direction of who's facing what. Yeah, 6 things to say. Was there? Should be good now? What happened? My Twitch player crashed, but OBS is chugging along fine, and I don't see anything weird on the bitrate. Blue screen. With the not like this face? That's weird. Let's see here. Do this. Rat 1 and Rat 2. Then Rat 2 again. Then Rat 1. And then Rat 1 again. Okay, so Cat doesn't have a lot of lines in this first one. That's fine. Sean Nanigans. Okay, so that should be good for the first bit there. So we do that cinematic, and then we reset our camera target. Clear. Make it zip back first, wait for it to complete, and I think cinematic 1 is done. So let's make sure it is set up for that. Oh! There is one more thing, and that is set state. Which will make sure that this value is set to the correct value. That valid range is 0, that valid range is 1. Okay. So this room should now maybe work right away. So let's see. I come into the room, and then boom. And apparently that's all we get. I do want to have a second camera target, I think. One that's a little bit lower down. Focused on these guys here. That does mean I have to break this conversation up more. Which is doable. I just don't like doing it as much. Conversation, pre-fight 2. This is pretty easy to do. Oops. to do this one, where we are going to skip. How many lines of dialogue? We'll do just the first 2. Like that. Now, why did it, like, just do this and not this? I don't know. Does this line not exist? Oh, it's right there. Welcome back from ads. All right, so right here, let's scoot this in a bit. Let's get a nice close camera target. That wasn't supposed to happen. Hitboxes, hurtboxes, layers. Oh, man. Oh, if you don't already know this, for layers, you can name them. And it's pretty handy. You can rename layers. Okay. Damn, I wanted to be the first to tell you. Okay, so it does conversation, camera target 1, conversation 2, then camera target 2. Am I doing this out of order? Oh, Willow. Jeez, that's a long. It's getting really close to me. Willow, thank you so much for the gift sub to Imp. Imp, enjoy your sub. The layer, that one does always throw me off. Like, okay, so layer is what it is, and the mask is what it interacts with. And I'm always trying to remember, like, wait, which one is it again? Is it the layer or the mask that I'm wanting to edit here? Okay, camera target, bloop. Don't wait. Conversation 1, good. And then after the first 2 lines, we switch to camera target 2, yep. And then we say the next few lines, and then we clear the camera target, set state, and we're out of there. That doesn't seem to be happening the way I'd expect it to. Okay, so we got that. Also, it's not pointing to him. Yeah, look at that. It skipped so much. Why did it skip so much? What if I do this and I move the conversation there? So why is it not pointing to him? Oh wait, I think I know why. I need my helper class in here. Grab it from here. Okay, let's see if that works. No, wait, that shouldn't be it. Okay, well that helped that. Scoot this camera target a little bit further. Where do I want Kat in all this camera business? Like, she's peeking over the top there, and it's really awkward. Let's get it. Yeah, nice, real good close up here. And let's move some of this rubble up here. Since we're gonna have such a close up here, let's really get some stuff to enjoy. Poke this one through a little bit. Yeah. Or do we add a little more over here? A little lower. There we go. Nice little tiny triangle. Hitbox and hurtbox working to detect things. You gotta figure out how to make a hitbox component for the player that can change weapons. It's like, I know how I would do it, but it's probably not the right way to do it. Which, you know what? If it's a solo project, it doesn't matter. Okay, what about these pipes here? What if we get these scooted over a bit? Just to add a little bit more visual interest. What else can we add in here? Anything noteworthy? Maybe this large pipe again would be cool. No, I just added this rubble. Just now added this rubble here, but let's scoot some of that rubble around. And have a big pipe in the wall here. Maybe a little bit smaller pipe, though. Something like that. Yeah, I like that. Trio projects, same thing basically, yeah. Then based on the equipped weapon, use the attack of that weapon. That makes sense. Every time that I'm building out some system for a game like that, I'm like, okay, yeah, this covers all the cases. And then, like, weeks later, I'm like, I really want something that can do this, but now my system cannot handle that. And so I either have to drop this really great idea or rewrite this whole whatever. Alright, so that's the end of that cinematic, right? Yeah, cool. Great. That's how you do cinematics in this. It's not that bad. Wait for state 1 triggers this cinematic. Which is going to set the value to 2. The problems continue no matter what. Exactly. Okay, move the camera over and start another conversation. This one is conversation number 3. So this one is going to be lines 7 through 9. So the different layers of this, for anyone curious, is the cinematic covers the list of events that are going to happen until control is returned to the player. These can do anything from change the camera focus to move an actor somewhere to run conversations. Conversation falls into this code here, gets passed a single string that represents which conversation it is, and that is just a list of dialogue boxes and who is saying them. In this function, I can basically run any code that I can access here, so I can do lots more in-depth stuff that maybe the cinematic system doesn't cover. The cinematics is for like the high-level list of things that are going to happen, but then down here within a conversation step, I can get more granular, like stage direction of actor faces left, actor faces right, actor does a tiny hop. And then each of these lines here is converted to lines from the raw dialogue, which is just a text file. And the reason for that being a separate layer instead of just putting the dialogue in here is because it'll be much easier to swap out different files later if, for instance, I'm having the game translated or something like that. Who says what here? Rat1, Cat, and Rat1 again. And then move target and tele target. Okay, so tele target. We're going to teleport the player to here. Here. Before having them walk into the scene. And then they're going to walk into the scene. Now, the reason we're teleporting them there is in case somehow they fell off the cliff as they were triggering the cinematic. I don't think that's possible. But someone's going to find a way to do it, and that would lock up the game completely. Total soft lock. We don't want that. All right, so move the camera, have a conversation, teleport the player to tele-target. Then, after teleporting, have the player walk to the move target, wait for arrival, and then begin another conversation. Which I have not written yet. What are they gonna say? Okay, so I know what they're gonna say in combat because we got that right here. We got the two rats here with slightly different personalities, which is one being just kind of the yeah, that's right. You tell him. Okay, boss. He's not dumb, really. It's just his personality. It's just his character. Wait, this isn't right. This isn't right. We order this. Oh yeah. 2.5. Gotta add that in. Here. There we go. Squeeze one extra line of dialogue in there. Right. Rat 2, then Rat 1 says a couple things, and then you show up, and then you walk over, and... Ooh, we got a big hero, eh? Forget it, pal. This is our turf. And then second guy says, yeah. And then that's it. That's his big contribution to the conversation. Make like the leaf then. Gently float away on the breeze. Gently float away on debris. Buddy. Right, good dialogue. Not much of a talker. Then blah blah blah. I'm gonna stab you with my shiv. Rated E. Not leaving, eh? We'll do a short pause. All right, there you go. 10, 11, 12. Rat 1, Rat 2, short pause, and then Rat 1 again. There we go. And then battle starts here. Battle. Uh-huh. Okay. Battle start code is a little bit ugly. But not too bad. Okay. If I set actors here, that will make these guys spin around and poof when you come back and the battle's over. Do I want that? I don't know. Maybe that's fine. It means I don't have to make them run away. Okay, it has to be a specific... It's not just a battle with some enemies. It's a scripted battle. So we need to have some good encounter details here. Our encounter details need to be figured out. Enemy list, don't need... We've already got that. On battle end, we got that. No loot, we got that. Battle script, this is the one. Okay, so battle scripts. It is Tutorial rat fight. And our enemy list is... Get our enemy directory out. Make sure we got the right rats. Oh wait, does this script actually set this up for us? How does this work? Oh, okay. No. I need to actually set him up. And then it we'll fix it after the battle starts. On Battle End, I don't know what happens on Battle End yet. Set a state flag. That would make sense. Well, that's going to happen automatically here, so we don't have to do that. I think that's it. I think that's going to take care of Pre-Fight 4. Yeah. Let's try it. Let's try this room. Now, there's going to have to be a whole cinematic after the fight where you talk to Kat and she joins your party. That's not supposed to happen in that line there. So we've already got a problem. Initial conversation. Conversation 2. Are we doing Pre-Fight 2 already? Pre-Fight 2 is over here. Or maybe not. Need to end stream. I know I do. Let's figure out who's on. Let's start. Photon's on. Small Block Boy's on. I screwed up some of the conversation changes I was making earlier. 2.5 was not necessary there. There we go. Okay. Oh. Need to bring camera out for camera target 1. This needs to be a little bit further out, it seems. Because I can't really see Kat as well. Whoops. Oh, I'm peering over the edge there. Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? Okay. Well, that's a good reason for having it nice and close. Or for having this lower, either one. And then a battle starts. Yay! Uh-oh, something broke. All right, well that's fine. We've got the basic going on. The basic system of we built this room. Look at this. Okay, we got a fun tiny platforming. This is baby's first platforming challenge. This is just to remind you, hey, you have a jump button. Remember, we got 2 cinematics in here, little conversation, a little bit of comedy. We dressed this room up nice. It looks cool. It's got different elements. This is still awkward, and I don't know exactly how we're going to end the room exactly. But we'll figure it out. It's fine. That's how you get them. That's how you get them. Let's see if we can catch Photon before he ends stream. Okay, we're getting out of here. We're getting out of here while we still got the chance. Okay, so yeah. I think to-do list is I want this to be a little bit lower after all. So that this little conversation can have a little bit of a tighter camera angle. We got to fix the battle. The tutorial battle has broken since months ago when we built it. I don't know why. We're going to have to figure out. And then we have to do the after battle cinematic with Kat joining the party, all kinds of stuff. And then we have to get out of this room. The next room, by comparison, is actually going to be pretty straightforward. There's going to be one little gear puzzle and a little tutorial reminder, like, okay, here's how you use your gear. You got to do it to proceed. You got to prove that you know how to use your gear. And then we're done. Then we're done with the first tutorial zone. It's going to be great. Then we got to redo a lot of areas with this better backdrop, which I think looks pretty nice. All right. Bye, everybody. See you over on Photon's channel. I'll be back streaming on Friday. Bye.